All right, today we're tackling a big one, a high-intensity game plan for that exam you've got in just 72 hours. Let's do this.
So let's be real. Exam in 3 days? If seeing that makes your heart skip a beat, you're in the right place. The pressure is on, that clock is ticking, and yeah, every single minute counts. Now, this might sound a little harsh, but here's the deal. Chances are you're wasting your time. The source material for this explainer is super direct on this point. It argues that if you're studying like most people, just rereading everything, you're probably just burning through precious hours with not a lot to show for it.
So what is this huge mistake that so many of us fall for? Well, let's break down what the source material calls the exam prep trap. And here's what's so interesting. The trap isn't about being lazy, not at all. It's all about how you're working. You know that comfortable routine? Highlighting your notes, rereading chapters over and over? Well, that's what we call passive learning, and it's just super inefficient when you're in a time crunch. The real win, especially this close to an exam, is all about active problem solving.
Okay, so if just rereading everything is out, what's in? Let's get into the core strategy of this game plan, the high-yield game plan, and see how it all clicks.
I love this quote because it just nails the central idea. Think about it. Forget trying to cover the entire syllabus. It's impossible. The source material is clear. Your biggest score jump in just 72 hours is going to come from a laser-focused attack on just a handful of the most important topics. We're talking precision over volume. So, where do you aim that laser? Simple. Here's the priority list, straight from the source. Number 1, you start with physics mechanics and math calculus. That's your foundation. After that, you move on to physics E&M and math coordinate geometry. And you'll notice what's at the very end of the list? Chemistry. For this specific 72-hour sprint, it's actually your last priority.
And we can get even more specific. This isn't just a vague, go study mechanics. No, this is a hit list. For physics, you're targeting units 2 through 5. We're talking motion, Newton's laws, work, energy, the big stuff. And for math, you're homing in on units 7 and 8. Calculus. Think limits, derivatives, integration. Seriously, these are your golden tickets to racking up marks fast.
Okay, theory is great, but let's get practical. What should you be doing right now, this second? Well, the plan lays out an immediate, concrete 4-hour sprint designed to build some serious momentum. Here's your roadmap for the next 4 hours, okay? The first 60 minutes, you're creating a 1-page, handwritten formula sheet, just for mechanics and calculus, nothing else. Then, for the next 2 hours, you're doing exactly 12 targeted problems, 6 from physics, 6 from math. And that final hour, that's for what might just be the most important part of this whole thing. And that crucial final hour is all about building your error log. Now, this isn't just a list of wrong answers. No way. For every single mistake, you write one simple line. First, what caused it? A dumb calculation error? Did you use the wrong formula? And second, what's the exact fix? This one little habit, this is what turns those mistakes into pure speed and accuracy on exam day. All right, that first 4-hour sprint gets you moving with some amazing focus. Now, let's look at how we scale this up for the next 48 hours. For the next 48 hours, your goals are just numbers, simple, concrete targets. First up, physics. The magic number is 60. You're aiming to do about 60 focus problems. And the source suggests splitting that right down the middle. 30 from mechanics, and 30 from E&M. Next up, math. Same target, 60 problems. But here, the split's a little different. You want to lean into the highest yield topics, so that's about 35 problems on calculus, and then the other 25 on coordinate geometry. And finally, we get to chemistry. Here, the game changes a bit. It's more about speed and rapid recall. Your target is 40 items. The plan suggests a mix. Do about 20 different problem types from physical and inorganic, and then drill 20 rapid recall flashcards for key organic reactions. See, everything has a clear, concrete target. So you might be thinking, why this specific order? Why this crazy focus on just a few things? It kind of feels wrong to just ignore so many other topics, right? Well, let's get into the why. Let's break down the strategic logic that makes this plan so powerful. This is it. This is the whole reason it works. Mechanics and calculus are at the top, for a simple reason. They are the perfect storm for scoring points. The questions show up all the time, and they're usually pretty quick to solve.
That combination gives you the most points for every minute you study. It's pure exam economics.
Now look, this is an aggressive strategy. It assumes you have a pretty decent foundation, so there's a really important what if we need to talk about. What happens if you sit down to do a problem and you realize you just don't get the core concept at all?
Don't worry, the plan has a safety valve built right in for this exact situation. If you realize your fundamentals in a key area are weak, you just have to make an adjustment. The advice is to swap one of your 2-hour practice sessions for a 90-minute concept fix session. But here's the key. Don't just go back and reread the whole chapter. No. Find worked out examples and go through them step by step until you get it.
So, there you have it, the 72-hour game plan. It is intense, it is super targeted, and it is designed for one thing and one thing only: getting you the maximum score possible under crazy pressure. Which leaves us with just one final question for you. Looking at that high-yield hit list, what is the one topic you're going to start practicing right now?